treasures in the garden. It was a lovely sunny Saturday morning when Jake realized that he had lost his favorite teddy. He looked under his bed and behind the sofa. He checked in his sister's room and searched in all his drawers. He took out all of his toys from the toy box and even went to see if Mom had put his teddy in the washing machine. But his teddy was nowhere to be found. Jake became very upset when his big sister Holly asked him to play. He shook his head and felt too sad to play any games. Suddenly, Holly thought of a brilliant idea. "We can look for your teddy in the garden," smiled Holly. Jake hadn't looked in the garden yet, so he followed her outside. Maybe Jake's teddy was out there somewhere. First, they looked for the teddy in the deepest depths of the sea, surrounded by beautiful mermaids and shimmering fish. The mermaid with pink tail and wavy fins gave Jake some sparkling shells, which he put in Holly's bag. "Thank you." Holly and Jake checked under every rock, but they couldn't find his teddy. Next, they crept bravely into a huge pirate ship. Holly and Jake hid behind the treasure chests so the shouting pirate captain with the bushy black beard couldn't see them. Jake grabbed some shiny golden coins from the chest and put them in Holly's bag. He had to cover his mouth so the pirate captain couldn't hear them giggle. But they still couldn't find Jake's teddy. After that, they climbed aboard a rocket traveling to space. Dogging strange aliens and whizzing past enormous planets. And they landed on the moon and floated outside. Holly showed Jake some bright glowing space rocks and added them to her bag. Jake's teddy wasn't there either. Soon afterwards, they spied a large red dragon relaxing in a tall green tree. "Hello," he said, snapping his sharp teeth together. "Will you join me for tea?" They sat and ate some scrumptious tea with the dragon, who gave Jake some of his rough red scale. Jake grinned and thanked him, but the dragon hadn't seen his teddy either. Then Jake and Holly found themselves in a dark, creepy wood where a wizard with a very long beard sat on a rock. "Hello, would you like to learn some magic tricks?" Feeling excited, Jake nodded, and the wizard gave them each a glittering wand. He taught them to make sparkles and all sorts of amazing tricks. Jake had such a lovely time that he forgot to ask the wizard if he had seen his teddy. Finally, they heard wonderful music playing in an enchanted forest and found some fairies dancing between the flowers. Holly and Jake danced with the fairies who wore soft flowers, petals, and acorns as a hat. The pretty fairy queen was so impressed by the ear dancing, and she put silver twinkle crowns on their heads and smiled. Feeling worn out, Holly and Jake sat down in the middle of the garden and took all of the treasure out of Holly's bag to examine them. They had collected a shell from a mermaid, a golden coin from a pirate ship, a space rocks from the moon, a scale from a dragon, wands from a wizard, crowns from a fairy queen. What an exciting adventure with wonderful discoveries! Do you want to go inside and see if Mom has found your teddy? Holly asked. Jake realized that he'd forgotten that they were looking for his teddy all along. He had been having such a good time, he'd even forgot how sad he had been that morning. "We can ask Mom about my teddy later," he said happily. "I'm having too much fun playing in the garden with you." The end.